Hello everyone. Today we're going to have a look at the different types of venues you get here at the Edinburgh Festival. So, there's lots of different spaces and venues. Obviously there's the big ones like the Pleasance and Assembly and Gilded Balloon and Underbelly and all these sort of things, and they're great and they're big and they're spacious and lots of venues in one space, and there's bars and it's great and you can hang out all day. However, there's also lots of other little spaces like the basement in a pub or the attic in above a shop somewhere and all these sort of things, and that's kind of how the Fringe started. So we're going to have a look and see. We'll probably go to one of these spaces, one of these bigger ones like the Pleasance or something, have a look, see what they look like and see how they work, and then I'll try to show off as many other spaces as I can that aren't like that, kind of how the Fringe started and what it's scarily becoming less and less of. First off, we're going to head to the Pleasance Courtyard. So just to give you a rough idea, there's the World's End, there's the World's End pub, Royal Mile, right there. And if I head that way, I'm going to Princes Street. We're going to go downhill, kind of the route we started when we followed the Flodden Wall. We're going to head down there and that'll take us straight to the Pleasance Courtyard. Here we are. There is the way to the Grassmarket via the Cowgate. Royal Mile, just where we came from. And we're going to follow the posters right up to the Pleasance. And here we are, Pleasance Venue 33. And you can see these are the queues outside for one of their show spaces. They've got loads of show spaces in there. And actually, I said it last year as well, it's a great place to just hang out. This thing in the middle here tells you where all the different venues are. There's lots of different performance spaces. You can see there's Pleasance 1 on the wall there. See that circle? There's the Cabaret Bar. There's the entrance to Pleasance 1. There's Pleasance West. There's just so many different spaces which are now performance spaces here. But look at it. How cool is this to just come and have a seat and enjoy? Nice big bar there. Prosecco bar at the end over there. And then a coffee bar right beside it. This is at the back, I hope you can see that. That's a coffee bar there. Seats, it is a battle for a seat. Box office is just there, so you can get tickets for absolutely every show that's on here. Cellar, that's another space. This is just the front section as well. Now here's a board behind me with all the shows that are performing here. These are all the shows that are performing in, well, this looks like all Pleasance venues, not just here, because Pleasance has a couple other spaces, not just at the courtyard. But you can see all the shows that are performing and where they are performing. So there's the show. Let's go with the top line. Starts 4 o'clock, finishes 5 o'clock. It's called the Guilty Feminist Live Podcast, and that's at the Pleasance The Grand. So you see that all these are different venues. King Dome, Jack Dome, Queen Dome, Ten Dome, so it's all different. Pleasance Below, the Attic, these are all seats here, so you have to make sure you're at the correct Pleasance venue or Assembly venue or whichever one you're going to. All the ones that are blacked out there are ones that are not on today, so they might be on later in the 4-week run of the festival. You get food here as well. There's a burger grill and there's a wee bar. It's a nice wee bar. So one of the first tips if you're going to come at the Fringe and you're going to properly do the Fringe, learn your venues, learn where there's space, learn where your show is, learn your way about Edinburgh very quickly. Let's go at the back. This is queues on the left hand side here. And at least this space here is under cover. So if it's raining, you can come get a seat. More bars, more food, more venues. There's Pleasance upstairs, just in case you're not sure. Bar, this way at the bar, and then that way at the bar, and then over there there's a bar. Under here there's a bar, up there there's a bar this way, and then there's a bar over that way as well, just in case you're not sure. Head down this way beside the bar here. And then there is, surprise surprise, another bar. Oh, this is a lovely area. Oh, plenty of seats down here. Well, when I say plenty, some seats. Another
performance space there, toilets at the back over there. So you can see, this is a great place to come and hang out. So there you have it, Pleasance Courtyard. And there we go, another thing to remember, there's these fringe venue signs. This is a pub. The old Waverley pub is a fringe venue now as well.
That, I think, is, I was going to say quintessential. It's a bit posh for me, but you know, that is real fringe.
Everywhere becomes a venue, so just, you might not be going to some of the big courtyard spaces like we've just been to, but venues are everywhere. We're going to have, I know I said we wouldn't go, but I'm going to cut through the Royal Mile to get to the Mound. So we've reached the hectic part of the Royal Mile. We are not going to head there though, to Fringe Central. We're going to head down towards Princes Street, where I think at the top of the Waverley Mall there is a special market with food and drinks and things, and then we will head along to the Mound to see if the Half Price Hut has been set up. Now, I know you can all see it. It's not happening. It is not happening. And here we are, top of Princes Street, Waverley Mall. I'm right at the heart of Princes Street right now. There's the Balmoral Hotel. And look at this lovely venue here where you can sit and have a drink. There's so many spaces during the festival where if you want to just chill, it's really easy. Hang out with your friends, get food, get a drink. Very nice. Look at that, beer and meat. Beer and meat. What else could you ask for? And at the very end here, look at that. There's a bar. Johnny Walker bar. Look at the comfy beanbags. I mean, that might not be the easiest place to have a beer.
I mean, I'll give it a try, sitting on a beanbag having a beer, but if I end up with a Johnny Walker spilt all over me, no laughing.
And here we are, middle of Princes Street now, okay? Art gallery. Right there is Castleside of Princes Street Gardens. And right here, you can't miss it, guys. Half Price Hut. Ticket collection only, opens for ticket sale from 10 o'clock on the 7th of August. So it's not quite open yet, we're a bit early for that yet, but this is where you want to come if you want to do the Fringe a little bit cheaper. You might not have as much options, you might not find a show that you're going, oh, I really want to see that. However, if you want to do a lot more things at the Fringe, it's going to be a lot easier. Let's take another wander, shall we? So you have to say, I like things like that, smaller venues that are just like, yep, this has been turned into a space. There's another one, just small spaces that are like, yep, look, this is now a space where you can go see shows. Here's another one, see, just off a venue. Scottish Poetry Library is all of a sudden a venue as well, and that'll have a little space at the back where there's a show in there as well, probably readings of some sort. It's raining now, but this is, you know, becoming more of a, I want to find the weirdest place that's become a venue for the festival. There's another one. A lot of pubs becoming venues. And yet another pub. And it might seem a bit obvious to say, but the big theatres are obviously venues as well. I've ventured more out of the sort of centre of town. Top of Leith Walkish, London Road, Buccleuch Place sort of thing, just to show that how far some of the, although we're not actually far outside the centre of Edinburgh at all, but I think it's easy to forget that venues are out this way as well. So with that in mind, this is a church, which is a venue as well. Or an old church. I don't know if it's a practicing church, Actually looks like it is a practicing church, but right now it's a venue as well. See, so literally everything. Let's have a bit of wander around this area as well. I'm very aware that this is sort of becoming, oh look, there's a pub that's a venue. Oh look, there's a shop that's a venue. I think what I'm trying to show, I'm actually not sure what I'm trying to show today. I think I'm trying to show the variety. It's just, I just want you to explore. If you're going to come to the Fringe, explore. Don't come into town and for the Fringe and then just spend it all in the central areas. Explore, pick a show that's maybe a little bit further out. It goes right out to some of the villages and outskirts as well, and then you'll see parts of it. Take advantage to see parts of Edinburgh you might not get a chance to go to. I just want you to come and explore generally, and I'm using the different venues as a chance to show some of that. But let's head down this way as well and show you a couple of others. See, now this intrigues me. This is an off-licence / butchers, oh that was a post box by the way. This is an off-licence / butchers delicatessen, which is a venue. Now, I'm really intrigued at what sort of show goes in. Oh my god. Oh. What? Shut up. Sorry, mouthful of sausage roll. Excuse me. It's actually quite fun just wandering about in streets that normally I wouldn't bring you guys, and see if we can find another venue. There's rain on the camera. It's been a miserable, it's been a really changeable day today. This is us coming up to Broughton Street. I've kind of made a weird sort of circle trying to search for venues. I think I just want you to see the extremes that can be at the Fringe. Massive big sponsored venues where it's, you know, lots of atmosphere and people and everyone chilling and having fun, and then there can be a butcher's that's got a performance on. Now, look at this beautiful building here. I mean, it's a stunning big building. It's a steakhouse, which is also a venue there as well. So, you know, come see a show and have a steak. Which actually sounds like a really good idea. Even though I've only just had sausage rolls, I really want a steak and a show. I think the fun thing about it is anything can become a venue. And when I say venue, I mean performance space where there's going to be a show on. I'm sure one year there was a double-decker bus that was a venue. There was another one year that was a van. You didn't know where you were going to end up. It was an enclosed van. So, if any of you have ever been, let me know the weirdest, you know, space that you have seen a performance in. What became a venue that was different. It's exciting, isn't that fun? Yes, these big spaces are great, and yes, they give a lot of atmosphere and things, but all these funny little spaces, that's really fun. Giuliano's is a venue as well, even though they've got a tree in front of their venue number, and actually a very good Italian restaurant as well. Kirsten's joined me now.
Oh, hello. I was looking at my phone.
Here's another one of the venues I was saying. Looks like a school. School turned into a space there as well. Since I've got Kirsten here, I'll ask her opinion. Do you like, you know, like the bigger spaces, like the Pleasance Courtyard and Assembly Gardens, all these, or do you like the smaller spaces, like in pubs and things?
Well, it depends if the show's good, because if the show's bad, it's really awkward to leave in smaller venues.
Yeah, there is that. There is that.
Even to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
It's awkward.
Yeah, but even like when I went out with Sean, we were at the pub, you didn't want to leave, but then it was a comedian. So you didn't want picked on if you need the toilet. We've just been in here to see a show, very good show. But this is a school. Well, it was a school. Now it's a community building, but it's an old school, a community centre. But now it's an old school that's a venue as well, a new venue I haven't heard of as well. And I think you've got to explore. It's great. I love the Assembly and the Pleasance and all these places, but I think really the heart of Fringe is these smaller venues. We're actually out with friends now, but we're on Chambers Street, and you see the big buses behind me, and all these big buses all the way along here, all the way along Chambers Street. That is all coach trips to the Royal Military Tattoo. So they're all getting dropped off here, like all these coaches, and then all these people walk up the bridges to the castle. It's a lot of people, Been for dinner,
I've quickly went on the phone, booked a ticket at Bristol Square. Oh, I'm running. This is like a competition or something, you know, it's like live TV. We've got to get to the place in time.
We're going to Underbelly at Bristol Square, where we're going to see a show very quickly. But this is not one of the small venues, this is another one, like I told you, one of the big venues. Look at this is lovely and cool. We've showed you this already, but now it's night time. So that's the difference. You could come to these sort of places where you can hang out and you can have food and you can chill. You can go to the smaller venues and have fun. I like both. I think the smaller ones properly show you what the Fringe is.
There we have it. Oh, we're still a bit out of focus. There we go. There we have it, guys. Just to look at some of the different type of places that can be venues at the festival. Do you have a favourite? Do you like big venues or do you like small little spaces?
I don't know. I think bigger venues you get more of the lighting and set.
No, I wasn't meaning like where the show is. I was meaning like say the Pleasance, or like a pub that's been turned into a venue, or.
I don't know.
See, because I like the pubs and things is kind of how it started. You know, a little room somewhere, and now it's big. Anyway, random this week of just bits and bobs of the festival. Please remember, you know, give it a like, leave a comment, subscribe. You know you want to subscribe. But till next time, bye humans.